Welcome to Adelabu Onimisi chemistry tutorial. The topic we are looking at in this series is state of matter. The first question we should ask ourselves is, what is matter? Matter can be defined as anything that has mass and occupies space. I repeat again, matter can be defined as anything that has mass and occupies space. Note, I said mass, not weight. The difference between mass and weight. So matter can be defined as anything that has mass and occupies space. Matter is made up of a very tiny particle such as atoms, molecule, and ion. Matter is made up of a very tiny particle such as atoms, molecule, and ions. And matter exists in three physical states, namely 1. Solid, 2. Liquid, and 3. Gas. As a WAEC and NECO examiner, I've seen a JAM question, that is JAM 2015, asking the basic particle from which a matter could be made up of are as follows, except A. Salt, B. Atom, C. Ion, D. Molecule. The basic particle from which a matter could be made up of are as follows, except A. Salt, B. Atom, C. Ion, D. Molecule. I believe you agree with me that the correct answer there is A, which is salt. Why is it A, salt? Salt is a chemical used for varieties of purposes. So it is not part of matter. Atom being the smallest part of a molecule, and ion are charged, which are part of what? Matter. So there's no doubt that the correct answer is A, which is salt. Now let's take a look at description of the three physical states of matter. Now let's look at number 1, solid. Just as I told you earlier, that I have three basic states of matter. The first one I'm looking at is solid. The tiny particles in solid are very packed, very closely together. Hence, they cannot move about. The presence of forces of attraction among the tiny particles of solid made them to be very closely packed together and allowing only vibration among them instead of moving about. So due to the force holding them together, they can only vibrate. This is what makes the solid to have a fixed shape and a volume with a high density. However, at high temperature, the molecule gain more energy and break the force of attraction among the particles, thereby causing the particles to move faster. I repeat again. However, at a high temperature, the molecules gain more energy, that is, the solid particles gain more energy and break the force of attraction among the particles, thereby causing the particle to move faster. As the temperature increases more and more, the solid melts and turns to a liquid. Just like if you have an ice block, for example, we are taking it as an example of a solid. By the time you keep on heating it, what will happen? That is an increase in temperature will make the ice to melt, and from there it becomes what? Liquid. And if you keep on heating the liquid, you discover that it begins to evaporate. That means it turns to gas. That is change of state of matter. Therefore, solid has a fixed shape and a fixed volume, incompressible and very dense, with the least kinetic energy when compared with those of liquid and gas. Now let's look at number 2, which is liquid. The particle in the liquid are slightly further apart than those in solid, not than those in gas, than those in solid. And there exists among them a weaker force of attraction. A weaker force of attraction in the sense that when you're comparing it with solid. Weaker force of cohesion, meaning the force of attraction in liquid is not as strong as that of solid. It's not as strong as that of solid. Thus, allowing them to vibrate, rotate, and move about. Remember that of solid can only vibrate. But look at that of liquid now. It allows, just because the force of attraction between it is not as strong as that of solid, it allows it to vibrate, rotate, and move about. Liquid has a fixed volume and a fixed shape, but it takes the shape of the container. That means liquid has no shape of its own, but it assumed the shape of the container. When the liquid is heated, just like we have in solid, If temperature increases, the force of cohesion or the force of attraction between becomes progressively weaker. Eventually, a stage is reached where the molecule acquired enough energy to escape as gas, just like that of solid. By the time you heat it and it has gained some levels of energy, it now becomes liquid. When you keep on heating it, it turns to gas. So that is how it is. The temperature at which this occurs is called the boiling point of the liquid. At a particular temperature where a liquid becomes a gas is called the boiling point of a liquid. Therefore, the liquid has a fixed volume, no fixed shape, unless the shape of the container less dense and incompressible, with kinetic energy relatively higher than those of the solid state. What I meant by kinetic energy relatively higher than those of a solid state is that liquid disperse faster than solid. Lastly, let's go to gas. The particles in the gaseous states or in the gas state are freely with a large distance between them. The particles of gases has no fixed volume and shape. It is compressible and least dense with the highest kinetic energy when compared with particles of other state of matter. Now, the question we should ask ourselves in this series is, what is matter? And secondly, enumerate the three main states of matter. And lastly, explain each of the states of matter. Thank you.